Good morning. Jennifer Krudbas here. I am here in Magog, and this is part of a little essential oil chemistry series that I'm doing. I decided that I wanted to delve deeper into the science, into the organic chemistry, into the oil chemistry of essential oils, and I learn best by teaching. So rather than taking notes, I'm going to make little video notes, and I'll organize all of this work recording in our private Facebook Essential Rituals group. I'm also live on Instagram, but these videos will be saved in a YouTube playlist, so you can jump in and check it out. Because I teach so many essential oil classes, but I know that a person's brain can only retain a certain amount of information in that hour, and there's so much to cover. So I rarely delve into the science as much as I would like, because I actually am a big science geek and I love sciences. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to make a little playlist, little chapters, and then whenever you want to jump in, you can check it out. So let's get going. Basically, where you start is understanding that everything, everything in the world is chemistry. All organic matter is working with chemistry, and enzymes, receptors, proteins, they're working together to break down certain molecules and build up other molecules in our bodies, in plants, in nature, everywhere. And essential oils have very unique molecular structures that allow them to then work with our enzymes, work with our receptors, work with the proteins in our body to then create different outcomes. And this is why they're so effective in our bodies. So what we're going to do in this series is you'll understand the fundamentals of oil chemistry, which will allow you to then start to classify them, start to really know on a molecular scientific level how these essential oils are working in your body and why. And as I mentioned the other day, I love this because a lot of the reasons why I find people don't do, for instance, my brother's a great example why they wouldn't do meditation or wouldn't try essential oils, is because they didn't feel that there was the scientific backing, that those studies had not produced results that they could then read and then actually do it. So a lot of our brains require that. We just want to know that it's been measured and quantified before we actually embark on the practice, and that it will actually make people actually use the oils and do the things that will help them. Okay. And we're also going to understand a little bit of organic chemistry, because you can't really look at oil chemistry without organic chemistry. Cool. So I'm going to break this down super simple. This first, or it's actually second class of the series, is going to be very basic and very fundamental, but just so we can all start at the same place. What are essential oils? In short, they are the plant's immune system. They are the parts of the plant. Essential oils are often found in the part of the plant that is the most vulnerable, susceptible to threats. Threats like bugs, threats like bacteria. So these essential oils in the plants, they're molecular structures, and they gather in the bark, the sap, the stems, the petals, the leaves, any parts of the plant that could be attacked. Okay, so this is why they work so well on our immune system. We'll get into that later, but let's start with, how do we then extract them? How do we get these oils from these plants? So the most popular way, or the main way that's used, is something called steam distillation, where they literally will collect all of this plant matter, whether it's leaves or bark or stem or sap or resin if it's frankincense, and they will then blast this very hot, at a specific temperature, steam through this plant matter, and it will pass through and go into this tube where now you have water vapor and plant matter, essential oils, all mixed together. And then eventually the water will cool down, the steam vapor will cool down. And what you have is then this watery mixture of oils and water. And because essential oils are lipid soluble, which means they do not mix, it's very easy to separate essential oils from water. If you've ever, like I have here, I'm drinking some green mandarin today. It's very easy to see the little, it sort of like floats on the top, which is why I always say you want to mix it up before you drink it. And of course, only put your essential oils in glass or metal or BPA-free plastic, because these powerful little molecules can actually make a reaction with plastic, and then you're drinking plastic, which isn't good. Hi, VJ. So the steam distillation, so then the hot steam mixes with the plant matter, and then the oil will separate from the water. Okay, that's the first way, steam distillation. The second way that you can acquire essential oils is something called cold press. And I literally used to teach this in my classes, like cold press, and I did this action like you're actually pressing, because I had this vision that you were just squeezing all the matter. It's you only use cold press for citrus fruits. So and the essential oil is in the peel, right? Because it's protecting the plant from threats. So I thought you just squeezed it and it came out. That's not what you do at all, actually. Cold press means it's just that there's no heat involved. So you sort of slice and chop up this peel, this orange or lime or a grapefruit or bergamot peel, and then the sort of little oil sacs open, and the essential oil is there, and they will then shoot or spray water, and it will collect. The essential oil and the water will all mix together, and then it's the same process as steam distillation. Then it's very easy to separate the oil from the water. Okay, so that's the second way. And there is a third way called solvent extraction, but it's only used for very precious, delicate petals, that sometimes these petals are so delicate that the steam distillation is like too powerful for them. So they actually use, like for jasmine, for instance. Jasmine is such an amazing process, because first of all, they have to be picked, the little white jasmine flowers, at a very specific time, right? And the whole ethos of doTERRA is that these farmers are being paid fair wages on time to pick these jasmine flowers. And then they will use this thing called solvent extraction, where they basically mix a solvent in with the petals, and it will start to loosen the essential oils from the plant matter. And then they use this vacuum distillation to take the non-essential oil matter like out and away from the solvent. Anyway, so that's probably enough info for you. So now you know how we acquire essential oils. We learned that you get them from either steam distillation, cold press, or solvent extraction. And you learned that everything is chemistry, and the reason why essential oils work is because they're little molecules that are interacting with enzymes and proteins and receptors, and they're causing different like reactions in our bodies, and that we're going to delve into oil chemistry and organic chemistry. So I'm super excited about this. I hope you're as excited as I am, and I will see you for part 3 very soon. End live video, and oh my goodness.